Well, hi again, everybody. You know, I had a viewer say, I'm looking forward to your next adventure. And I thought, that kind of represents what I do here very well, so you may see a small logo change. All right, I'm pulling into where I buy black dirt. It's sold by the pound, and today I'm going to buy 3 tons. Each scoop is about 1.5 tons, so I take 2 scoops. There was one, no sense of showing the same thing for the second scoop. Let's go home, and now we're going to get out one of my favorite implements, the soil pulverizer. Really like this. This is 3 implements in one. All right, so now we're finally getting somewhere. Let's go ahead and we're going to back up and hook up to the pulverizer. And you notice my hand gesture? I'm just trying to stay in the center, match the green to the light tan there, and that'll put me in line left and right. And then with that power tilt, I can tilt it forward and get away from that pallet. So it really works nice. Really like that. If you like the videos on the soil pulverizer, I'll put a link at the top of the description. So check in down there and I'll lead you to some other videos with this. Now this is the Land Pride SP3072. It means it's 72 inches wide. And it has it's set up for 50 horsepower max. It has 25 shanks right there, the scarifiers I call them. It has 206 spikes in that double roller. And the spring pressure on that roller on the front is 32 pounds an inch, and then 15 pounds an inch on the rear roller. And you can see they just freewheel. They just drag along there and turn. 2 grease zerks. You always want to grease before you get out there and get going. And speaking of that, let's look at the project and get pulverizing something. So you can see the 2 piers I poured. I'm going to build a deck next year off my house there. So they're in place, so I got to be conscious of where they're at so I don't hit them and break them. So let's go ahead and we're going to get the pulverizer lined up. I'm going to back in first and just kind of get a feel of the terrain there. And someone might ask, why don't you use a tiller? Well, listen to all the rocks in here. I've done a rock pickup several times, but you'll hear some tings in there and some bigger rock noises. I don't want to get those in my tiller. The pulverizer here is such a good machine to go into a rough area like this, and I'm just simply not going to damage anything. I said a while back, this is 3 different implements for me. So as I go in here, I'm going to use the scarifiers to bust that crust up. And I can tilt the top link to make them more or less aggressive. Then if I want to move dirt, I'll put it real aggressive and I'll let the H-beam there in the middle pull dirt to where I want it, then I can raise it up and feather it out. Then the rollers in the back, those little pins in there, just break up and pulverize all the chunks that need pulverizing. I don't know how else to say it. So here's the view from my seat. Careful not to hit the stone. Now we're just going to go back and forth here and just get this scarified up first. Then we'll figure out how to put a swale in here so the water runs away from my house. Well, we're starting to take a little shape here now. Comment some of my technique. Sometimes I push down on that roller real hard so it pushes some dirt like it's doing right now, and I can push that over where I want. Here you can see, kind of look at the wall. I'm getting my swale started. See how the wall's higher, then it comes down, and then I can start raising it. I want the water to wash away from the wall, get in that swale, not get near the house, but run towards that tree. So, like I said, this thing is so many different implements. I can move dirt around like a box blade or a grater blade. I use the roller pins to set seed and bust up clumps. Scarifier breaks up the ground real good. I can take it into areas where I'd never take a tiller because of the damage to the tines that would happen. So this is a really good. I wish I had more jobs for this pulverizer. Now when I get over near the lawn, the existing lawn, I like to blend that together. So I'll go over to the scarifier and dig into that existing grass a little bit and try to smooth it out and marry those two sides together. That's always worked pretty good for me. I'll bet I had 3 bucketfuls like you saw. So it does a good job of raking that out of there. Got that remote control dump trailer I like. You just wake it up by pressing the 2 buttons at once, then it'll work. And then what I like to do is, since I'm going to pour it in the driveway here, I threw a tarp down this time. Really not necessary. I like to lift it. I'll be on the seat and I'll just use that remote control, raise it up, fill up the bucket, stop it, and then we'll take the dirt to wherever I want to use it. Alright, so here's my travel path. I'll bring the dirt down here and I'll dump it in around this tree. It always washes out underneath this tree. Every year I put about this much dirt back in, and just to protect those roots from being exposed, you know. Then I'll dump a little up here on the side, and that'll take care of that. We'll get that pulverized and seeded and see how that turns out. Here's a lawn seed I'm going to put down. It's a mixture of full sun and deep shade. We're going to put that on pretty heavy. I just use a spreader like this to get it on, and it works real good for me over the past years. It's formulated mixed for the Midwest area here, and I really have good luck with it. Again, it's going to be interesting to see, as dry as it is. I'm either going to be a fool for doing it this time of year or pretty lucky, one or the other. So I just really put her on heavy, and then we're going to top it with a little starter fertilizer. There's what it looks like when I get it on. Then I just want to hand rake around the foundation and up against that retaining wall. I don't want the tractor up against there. Much too much work to fix that, and there's a video out on that if you want to watch how I repaired that retaining wall. Now what I'm doing, since I have the seed and fertilizer in, I'm just going to run those rollers. Remember the pounds per square inch I told you about at the beginning of the video? So I'm just imagine putting that in and getting that seed in good contact with that dirt. Well, here we are. This is probably 3 or 4 months later. It really came in good considering how dry August was. I thought it was going to burn it up. It actually looks better than other existing parts of my lawn. I'm surprised at that. But June, July must have had some good subsoil moisture. So it turned out okay. And you'll take a look at the right, the snakes left, so I put the caps back on the wall. So everybody was happy at the end of the day. Well, I sure appreciate everybody checking in. Let me know where you're watching from. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, or at least give me a thumbs up. It would really help me out. So be kind, be safe, be healthy, and I'll talk to you real soon. So long, everybody.